So it looks like oil here hits its target. It's still very, very early. So it took a little while for this trade to get going, about like 25 minutes or so. But overall, oil is done, and I'm gonna get to the other charts. All right, so this is gold. Gold, I posted last night, was a buy at 1893. It already triggered a number of times and hit the $100 target. I just missed all of them. There was some unfortunate stuff here. Price just did not go deep enough. Same exact here. You see, because when the bar comes out, it's still red. And so the other trader is just not going to take a long trade on the red bar. But now price is nicely inside the box area, and if this bar closes up, here is the long trade. So finally I catch gold. It is 821, so plenty of time until the US stock index open. Just gonna let this play out now. All right, so looks like gold completed its trade as well. Still early, so plenty of time. Now the indices are way above the trigger. We had a very bullish Globex price movement, and so right now they are way above the trigger. If they come back, I said for the purpose of this account, I use the same funded account for all trade alerts. So for the sake of this experiment that I'm running this month, I can only take the actual trigger of alerts. Now, group members know how to get into what we call continuation trades, but that is beyond the scope of this account because I want to stay consistent. So if the indices do not come back, then simply all I have for today is gold and oil, but it's very early in the day, and there is a decent chance we might have a second shot at the indices. All right, so Thursday afternoon. Overall, today I was not able to do much with the arbitrator. I only took three trades, so I think I showed gold and oil. I was also able to catch the S&P on the long. I could not, unfortunately, record that, but I got terrible slippage over there, like $70 or something, $80 I got out of the 120, I think, 25 that I target. So yeah, so overall, just very few trades, and the total is not great, but a profitable day is better than a losing day. And actually, trading the S&P today, not with my nothing to do with the trade alerts, with my private equity accounts. I had an S&P trade, actually two S&P trades. I'll talk about it later. That actually ended up in the negative. So I will talk about that. But let's get to the trade alerts. All right. So first off, the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was along at 12,640, triggered during the European session, and then at 9:45, again a beauty, just comes down, gives you a tiny, tiny pivot over here, right out. Again, we're just looking for 20 ticks in the Nasdaq to get our 100. Just a beautiful trade. Then again, came in and came out. This risk is obviously a lot larger than this risk was, so maybe it's not for everyone, but there was 5 points available here too for the profit of 100. Now later on in the day, if I'm not mistaken, they actually broke through the sell side at 490. Now, of course, I don't like to trade at this time, but this was available and it was a legitimate trade. I just wouldn't trade at this time. And it broke the short for, if someone missed everything on the long side, there was an opportunity on the short side. The S&P was a long 41.49 or a short at 41.18. So triggered again during the European session, wasn't awake for that. During the US session, came down. I'm going to talk about actually this trade here a bit later. Came down, came out, gave you 2 points. The high was 53. I know because I traded this and took first profit at 53. So 2 points were available. Whoever just went for 2 points. If you went for more, then this would be a losing trade, which is why I recommend 2 points, because you never know. And then I triggered on the short side, and again gave you 2 points, I think a number of times on the short side. Oil was a long at 78.70 and a short at 77.45. So that's what I think you saw me doing at 5 o'clock in the morning with the auto trader catching this long over here somewhere. Was it this one? Maybe. Then broke through. Or maybe no, I think it was this one that I showed. Right, because I wasn't awake here. I was awake here. So somewhere here is when the auto trader took a long trade for the 10 ticks. I think later on, oil also triggered on the short side, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it did. So again, 10 ticks were available a number of times on the short side as well. Gold was a long at 1893. I think that's also what I showed on the live video, on the live recording of a trade. So not here, I wasn't awake for this, but I'm guessing maybe somewhere here. I'm not sure actually when, maybe it was somewhere here when there was that long. So again, you see this concept, triggering once, coming down, triggering again, and good enough for 10 ticks. Then actually breaks the short side, and again, more than 10 ticks available on the short side. The Dow was a long 34.105 or a short 33.910. So during the European session, just exploded up, gave you a daily goal without an issue for our European traders. Then broke the short side and again gave you 20 ticks a number of times. It looks like it is still selling off. Let's see. The Russell was a short at 1943. And here it is, a number of chances to get short. Again, it's just the time I'm not too crazy about. So maybe I think I actually disabled the auto trader here. I just don't like this time. So there was nothing wrong with it. I mean, the alert definitely worked. It's just a personal preference. I don't like trading like after 11 o'clock. I prefer not to if I can help it. So finally, the euro. I do not trade the euro, but we do have some traders who ask me to include it in the alerts. So the buy was at 75.05, right over here. So again, triggered a number of times, and after the last trigger, just left town. I guess the 6E is a great market. At least, again, I never followed it. I just apply the same principles to euro as I do to anything else, and it's at least so far seems to work. I mean, I guess it's a very amazing market. Just give you a number of touches of the trigger long and just exploded to the upside. So looks like it really moves. All right. So again, if you want to join us, email me or go to our website. Everything is in the description below. Tomorrow's Friday, so there'll be another video tomorrow.